So XRP finds itself below our targeted support level here currently, awaiting to interact with it as resistance. Lots going on here technically. We've got bullish factors, we've got bearish factors, lots going on near these key levels here. Some new ones have been visualized as we look for support down below under the influence of bearish Robo advisors. In today's video, we're looking at Polygon, the Hedera hash graph. We're covering an article regarding a central bank digital currency coming to America. Lots going on in the crypto sphere here. Continued adoption and increased exposure events have been occurring very recently here that we've been covering all throughout the channel. Bitcoin and crypto increasingly become more and more bullish institutionally. We've been noticing, even though the price has been diminishing in the short term here, a very bullish time for institutional investors to be getting into play, and that is what we've been sort of noticing here. If you like the video, drop a like on the video. If you're new, subscribe, and be sure to tune in for the next one. Currently, XRP has found itself below a key level of support here, looking to interact with 63 cents as resistance. We were anticipating interaction toward this level for quite some time now. Currently, prices attempted to find a bounce off of it. However, as we can see, we have found ourselves below 63 cents, and with the 24th of January daily candle opening and closing with a wick and body below it, we can confirm it as resistance overhead here. So we do need daily candles back above it, opening and closing with a wick and body above it to reconfirm it as support as we await the return of bullish Robo advisors here. Currently, we do consider prices continuing their way toward the strongest area of support here for us, which sadly isn't all the way until 46 cents per XRP. In my opinion, that is going to be the strongest horizontal level of support here that we do anticipate continued interaction toward, as long as bearish Robo advisors are present and resistance is overhead. We do have factors of support here. However, we do have this descending trend line that we are returning to interact with as a potential bullish area of support here for us. And we also have two additional horizontal levels to consider as we make our way toward that 46 cent level. We can watch out for 58 cents just below a bullish area of support we are continuing to interact with currently. Daily candles, finding support on this level would be, nice and bullish here for us and would potentially allow us to get back above 63 cents. However, failure to hold 58 could send us all the way down to 51 cents. Along the way, we have that descending trend line, but 51 cents is going to be a horizontal level where support could be found as we make our way toward that aforementioned dreaded 46 cent level. So that is going to be our target in any sort of continued short-term downside until price action can find themselves back above the 63 cent level and reconfirm it as support. And we also need two of our chosen three Robo advisors to become bullish to allow for comfortable accumulation. It's always key to have a strategy in any sort of up or downtrend, and so we always await for the confirmations to allow for comfortable accumulation. Let me know down below your thoughts on XRP though. Alright, so crypto isn't going anywhere. Here we have an article titled Bank of America says stablecoin adoption and CBDC is inevitable. A recent note from Bank of America analysts said that a CBDC, or a central bank digital currency, would differ from digital currencies currently available because it would be the liability of the Fed or Federal Reserve, not a commercial bank. It appears that the United States will finally be moving forward to create its own central bank digital currency, according to the Bank of America. Bank of America crypto strategists wrote in a Monday note that CBDCs are an inevitable evolution of today's electronic currencies, with a quote reading, "We expect stablecoin adoption and use for payments to increase significantly over the next several years as financial institutions explore digital asset custody and trading solutions as payments companies incorporate blockchain technology into their platforms." I've always been mentioning the bullish incentive for crypto and blockchain technology and the whole scene in general. And so I very much anticipate here, continued upside over the next several years. We've been seeing other entities with, 10-year plans as well. So I very much anticipate a bullish future for the cryptocurrency sphere here, even through this short-term pullback. As we can see, very significant entities are getting involved in the space overall, and regulation is inevitable when governments and countries and governing bodies are in play. A central bank digital currency, or a CBDC, is a digital version of a country's fiat currency, such as the US dollar. They started to step into the spotlight in 2020 when the Bahamas launched the world's first central bank digital currency, the sand dollar. Meanwhile, China's central bank is in the process of developing a CBDC as well. In addition to Sweden's central bank has completed its first phase of its digital currency as well. Regulation comes with increased, adoption from governing bodies, as you mentioned. And so, in my opinion, I do believe regulation can be, beneficial for the industry overall, because that will give entities a better understanding and will give them the parameters they need to be able to implement, this technology into their platforms and be able to better utilize cryptocurrency, because as a new asset still, even though it's over 10 years old, it is still a not really properly regulated entity, and people are still trying to decide if it's a commodity or not. So until regulation can come into play, we will have a lot of volatility and speculation. But I do believe the future for crypto is very much present, and I still very much anticipate a bullish incentive for the crypto space overall. And I very much anticipate the continued upside for Bitcoin. Eventually, we just need to find support, perhaps. But let me know down below your thoughts on cryptocurrency currently. Find this article in the description. Here we have the crypto spheres green to be seen across the scene. We have lots of projects recovering, bouncing nicely from an area of potential support. As I've been mentioning, the bullish incentive for crypto is very much present, and we do anticipate a bottom approaching, so this is very nice to see. However, while we do need continued price action like this, I very much anticipate a pullback toward this area of support that we just bounced from, to sort of fully establish the bottom, if you will. Switching out to the week, we can see price action is still in a bit of a pullback here. As we can see, the recovery is starting. However, overall projects are still, down from their previous weekly highs. And, once we have, green weekly price action, then we can be, more comfortably bullish on continued upside here. In my opinion, it's key to accumulate in the lows when prices are red. When prices are green and tons of gains have come into play, that's when you want to be taking profit. There's nothing wrong with taking profit. However, it's always key to be strategic, and in crypto we do expect tens of percentages in downside to allow for hundreds of percentages in upside. But let me know your thoughts down below though. Here we have Matic, another project brought down by Bitcoin's short-term tantrum it's been throwing. Technically, we were interacting with resistance in addition to bearish Robo advisors the last time we took a look at this project. We were experiencing rejections off of $2.43 with some very scary Robo advisors present. We did anticipate continued interaction towards support. Our short-term target here was $1.72, the strongest area of support down below at the time. Currently overhead as resistance, as we at the moment experience bullish interactions with $1.32, a key level waiting for us here. However, in this current range, the strongest area of support down below here for us is $1.07 in any sort of continued downside, which we do anticipate with these bearish Robo advisors present, until daily candles can find themselves back above $1.72, confirming it as support. We do anticipate continued interaction toward stronger support down below. So we always await the confirmations here. We need further parameters of support to be met as we await the return of bullish Robo advisors. Here we have Hedera hash graph H bar against Tether price action in a bit of a situation here. It would appear technically this area of support we are looking for interaction with is going to be between 19 and 17 cents. These are going to be a couple key levels here to consider, a bit of a range to consider as an area of support that we will hopefully recover from under the influence of some very bearish Robo advisors with some significant resistance overhead. overhead, we will need price action to experience some sort of very bullish upside here to get us back into a more bullish territory of accumulation, because in my opinion, until support is further solidified between this range here, the strongest area of support here for Hedera hash graph isn't going to be all the way until 3 cents here. The 3 cent level is going to be the strongest area of support here for us. In my opinion, these are just going to be some horizontal levels to consider here. We do have other points along the way where we could solidify support and experience a bounce, which we will cover as we approach them. However, at the moment, based on my strategy, the strongest area of support here isn't until 3 cents down below, which we do anticipate continued interaction toward here until bullish Robo advisors can return or we find ourselves back above 25 cents. But let me know your thoughts on this project down below. We have seen very bullish fundamental use cases from the government and military to be piloting drones and whatnot for this technology. So fundamentally, we do have bullish incentives in play. Technically, we are looking for support. So Bitcoin in search of support, nothing new here. We do have some very bullish interactions with that $34,655 level. We're looking for daily candles opening and closing with wicks and bodies above it to truly confirm it as support. We do have resistance overhead, $37,642, a key level mentioned a few videos ago here where we could have found support. However, we have fallen straight through this range, as we can see, but overhead, it is resistance at the moment. We may not need to confirm it as support. Similar to falling straight through it, we could recover directly, vertically through it here and come back to that $40,000 level. That is definitely not impossible with cryptocurrency and the volatility at play. As we await the return of bullish Robo advisors, I anticipate continued interaction toward that $34,655 level to further solidify it as support. Several weeks of sideways price action at this level would be rather healthy and very bullish here for us and would very much solidify a bottom at current levels. But once $34,655 becomes resistance, we can visualize some lower targets here of horizontal support, which Bitcoin could experience interaction toward in its lifetime here. However, I don't think we can go much lower because the fear and greed index suggests a very, very bullish time to be accumulating Bitcoin would be present around, at the moment, the $31,603 level. The more we can trade sideways, the tighter we can become with this fear zone here, and this would be a very bullish price to be acquiring Bitcoin with anticipation of interaction with the FOMO zone, a very aggressive time to be taking profit here. Upside within this range is very volatile. However, taking profit in this range is highly recommended, as this is when many traders will be greedy and trying to buy the top, if you will, and continue the upside here. This is where you want to be heavily taking profits because you've been accumulating in the fear zone where everyone is afraid of prices going lower. They're selling all their Bitcoin, scared of continued downside. This is where you want to be greedy when others are fearful and accumulating with anticipation of, this $162,000 Bitcoin in the FOMO zone here, where you want to be taking profits heavily. So let me know down below your thoughts on Bitcoin, though. We always go with the flow of the market, prepare for any up or downtrend, bull or bear market. In my personal opinion, I very much anticipate continued upside. However, we always await the confirmations. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hearing my analysis. Check out EngineeringRobo for free with the link in the description. Subscribe and tune in for the next one.